to our channel, my partner Adam and I and our dog Twyla have been traveling around Australia for the last 2 years part-time. So to catch up on all our older episodes and new episodes in the future, make sure you go down the bottom and like and subscribe. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm King Dino.
I'm Adam, this is Twyla.
And on this episode, we'll be looking back over the year. Now, we've managed to bring out not one, but two episodes every week for a whole year now. So that has kept us definitely busy, hasn't it?
Definitely. So that's 2 a week, one on a Sunday, which is our full-length episode, and our midweek being on a Wednesday evening, which is a short snippet of an aspect from a Sunday episode, most times.
Yeah, most times. But we've had so much fun this year filming them. And also at the end of this episode, we've got some exciting news that will be giving you a little bit insight of next year and what we'll be getting up to. So stick around to the end. But first of all, we should look at some of the achievements that we've had this year. One being that we hit 3,000 subscribers, which is absolutely awesome. And we only have you guys at home to thank for that. So thank you for the support. We love jumping on live chat on a Sunday at 5 p.m. and sometimes on a Wednesday at 7. So yeah, definitely jump on if you haven't before. Join the community because we have such a great community, and some of these people have been there from day one, which is awesome.
And another achievement we have had this year is our merch. So we had 2 releases so far of our merch. We've had our introductory merch that's been released and ongoing, and we also now have our Twyla merch.
And I have to thank Adam because Adam has designed all our merch. He's done such a great job, and especially Twyla's merch is my favourite. But and it's been going great. So thanks guys again for supporting the channel in that way.
We've received great feedback from the merch, and we did take some time to introduce it because we want to get a quality product out there that was long-standing and comfortable and durable. And feedback we have received has been along those lines, which is great. So we appreciate the supporters who will purchase merch and who have reached out to us and provide their feedback on that. Another piece of exciting news for King Dinner Adventures, okay, down to what, is that we are writing for Go RV magazine. So some of you may be aware of it already when you see it pop up on our screen through our channel. So we're writing for the magazine now for 6 months. We've got our 7th article or issue coming out next month. It is a monthly edition that you can read online for free. So check it out by looking up Go RV. We'll also have the link to the magazine in the link below.
Well, the very first place this year we travelled to was Creswick, and we didn't go alone. We went with our friends Laura and Rob, who were about to do a trip around Australia. How exciting for them.
And Dusty.
And Dusty, their dog.
Twyla's friend.
And if you've seen the episodes, we actually went and saw their van when they picked it up, and they call it the Caravan. Adam designed the big wheel cover, which was really cool, that had them all as quokkas on it, including Dusty the dog. It was so cute. So we went with them to Creswick. We did free camping. It was so much fun. They actually cooked for us I think it was the first time we got there. They cooked for us. Oh, it was delicious. And it was the first time we'd kind of been cooked for, really, hasn't it? Wasn't it? When we've been camping, we'd always cook ourselves. So we were a bit spoilt that weekend.
If you're a lover of gold or panning for gold, Creswick is a place to go to. So we did some panning with Rob. So Rob brought his metal detector and his panning equipment. So we unfortunately didn't find anything. So we came back home poor. But we had a good time. So we're rich in experience, but poor in money. So.
I think even the dogs gave it a go. They were digging in the water, trying to look for something probably more like a bone, and they probably had more luck than us. But anyway, the town was awesome. It would have been Adam's first bakery you went to for the year.
Yes, so we did a town walk as we always do. We went to a local lake, did a walk around the lake. It was quite adventurous. There's a few parts that went up and down, and you had to do a few steps. So
I think we had a nice lunch too in the pub.
We did,
which was awesome.
We did. So yeah, with that lake, just have some good walking shoes on.
Yeah, and it was a really nice free camp spot, which we really enjoyed, and it did have toilets not far by. So definitely a place you should check out if you haven't already. So a little bit of a highlight for myself this year was doing my very own solo trip. I did several different trips, but the first one being a bit of a hiking trip. I stayed at Kendall's camping ground in Rubicon, Victoria. This place was amazing. I did a big hike. My brother and his wife were camping there with their kids. I didn't even know they were there, and I ran into them, so that was kind of exciting too. I tried the on-track meals. We've had these in many of the episodes this year, but I think this was the very first time I tried them, and they were absolutely delicious. and I really enjoyed them. So I'll definitely be having those in future episodes also. But yeah, let us know what you think of the solo trips that I've been doing. I also did a episode on hot dogs when I was by myself up in Mount Franklin. Another time I was up in Mount Franklin by myself and did an episode with nachos. So I'll show you how to cook nachos. And I made gnocchi for the very first time. Camping, yeah, you heard me. And a sauce. So I've had some really fun experiences all by myself. And I hope you enjoyed those episodes this year. Twyla, what's your favourite part of this year, huh? Tell everybody at home. Tell the viewers.
We really enjoyed visiting the New South Wales town of Gundagai, which was actually quite surprising. So we only knew of the town basically of a tourist attraction. But once we made our way there, we'd seen the town actually had obviously a lot more to offer. The town was quite pleasant. We had great friendly locals. There was a free camping spot just outside town, so you actually can just walk into town and check out the local attractions and sites. There was an amazing Art Deco cafe. Actually, on that note, the whole town, a lot of the town's got an Art Deco feel, just when the buildings were built. There's a jail which you can walk around for a small fee, and it is pet friendly at that jail, so it's definitely we could bring Twyla in, but it was definitely a highlight of one of our visits.
St. Arnaud's, where did we start with that town? Whew. So we started by going there and doing free camping for one night, and I think it was a really hot weekend, so then we decided to book into the local caravan park for one night also.
That's right.
And we just had the best time and really enjoyed it. And we ran into a post office while we were there, which we thought was really cool, and then found out it was an Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
So we went.
That ended up being one of our return visits. So we ended up returning back to the town, staying at that Airbnb, and then also on our travels during town, and discovering things around town as you find things in these small towns.
Let's cut to a clip right now, and we'll show you what we got up to in town. Mulligan's Music, cafe/music shop. This is a place to hang out. And did I mention they make a good coffee? The market was on that weekend, so Adam shopped up a stall grabbing pickles and different jams. We saw sausages, so went straight over there and grabbed one of those. We met lovely Bev, who worked at the information centre, who was nice enough to take us on our own little private tour of the historical museum, where Adam and I got to pick up an Olympic torch from the 2000 Olympics. We absolutely loved the old train station, which was built in 1878. It now houses the art gallery and indoor market. The gallery is always putting on new exhibitions, highlighting all local artists from around the region. Now, if you want a good story, definitely check out Mrs. Love's Miner's Cottage to find out what all the love's about. Also, check out a real open-cut mine. Just don't get lost on the way like we did. On the way out of town, back to Melbourne, we checked out the Pebble Church. Now that has a lot of history. Such a cute little town. Wonder why we went back so many times. And then we found
basically a convent on a hill. And we'd learned that this convent was actually an Airbnb as well. So we returned back to St. Arnaud for, I think, a third time with friends, and we stayed at the Airbnb in the town at the convent.
It was unbelievable. We really enjoyed, Adam loved the post office. He wanted to buy that place. He loved all that. What was it about the post office you loved so much?
Just the architecture, the view, the building itself, the history, the location, a lot of aspects of it. Actually, funnily enough, we're in a town not too far from here, not too far at the edge of Melbourne, and we'd come across a guy that was walking in the street, and he actually bumped into us, said hello, introduced himself, and he mentioned that he'd booked the post office following on from watching the episode of us being in the post office. So,
how cool is that?
Yeah.
And then we spoiled our friends by inviting them along to our stay in this nunnery? In the convent. In the convent, which had a church, a ballroom, a disco room. It was just incredible. So that was a really fun experience to be able to share that town and that accommodation with some close friends. So if you haven't seen that episode, definitely check it out.
Yep, it definitely was a town to remember.
Now, one thing we did do this year a few times is get the pronunciation wrong of different towns. And I remember when we opened up talking about this episode, I said, welcome to Yas! And then we found out later that it's not called Yas. It's called
Yes.
Yas. And we're probably still saying it wrong.
So
we should apologise for the towns that we've named wrong this year and the ones in the future, because I'm sure we're going to do it again and again and again.
And because we do travel so frequently, and it's a lot of it's on the whim as well, actually. So we find that these names, we don't know how to pronounce half these towns. So if someone reaches out, just let us know.
Yeah. So the reason why we stumbled across this town was we'd heard about this awesome gallery, which we got to meet the owner and we interviewed her, and it was absolutely gorgeous, and it was named after her old car called Tootsie, and she had decked the whole place out. She sells ice cream there, she has coffee and all her art, and she does a lot of things for her community, and we just really enjoyed the space, didn't we?
Yes. Yes, we did. So besides visiting many towns, we've also visited a few cities. So we have visited Sydney, Canberra, actually, and Perth for Dean.
Yeah, so I went to Perth by myself without Adam on a work trip, and then I stayed a few extra days so I could film Perth for everybody. And everyone seems to really like that episode. Everyone's crazy on Perth, but one day we will get there in the van. Hopefully I can promise that, because we can't wait. We'd love to go across there. And there was some unfinished business we got there that I wanted to take Adam to. So yeah, one day we look forward to going there. So when we did go to Sydney, one thing we did like was we returned back to a caravan park we stayed at last time, where we could easily get an Uber straight to the middle of the city. So we could really enjoy the city life, but we still camped at a caravan park, which was awesome.
And the campground was only 20 minutes away. So depending on traffic, maybe a little bit longer. But like Dean said, we did the Uber in, we took Twyla into town with us, so it was quite easy. There was no need to worry about car parking or pricing of car parking as well, or time limits. So it definitely made the travel more enjoyable.
And then the last city was Canberra. Well, I don't know if it was the last one that we did, but we enjoyed that. The city of roundabouts, that's what I like to call it. And it was pretty easy to get around in our van, because some cities like Sydney, don't ever go to Bondi Beach in your camper van. I tell you, the hills will kill you. The amount of time I rolled back, we nearly had heart attacks and
Murphy's Law is always a Merc, an Audi, something expensive right behind us.
Yeah, I was always scared I was going to roll into one of those Audis, and I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. But anyway, we escaped it, and so back to Canberra. It was great. Went to a few museums. We really enjoyed some of the art galleries. So we even went to was it a sketch?
There was a Portrait Gallery of Australia, if I recollect correctly.
And they had some of the Archibald winners and paintings there, and it was really cool to look at. But so that was our cities that we visited this year. Now, before we go any further in this episode, let me show you some highlights from this year. Wow, that brings back so many memories.
So this year we found another free, well, we say local, but another free campsite which we've been back to a couple of times now, and that's Mount Alexander, which is kind of on the way to Castlemaine.
And it was a really fantastic spot. It even has flushable toilets. I feel like you're cheating when you got flushable toilets, don't you? And it has plenty of room, and you can fit quite a few people at this free campsite. But in saying that, even though we had 3 fires next to us, we had some ladies rock up late afternoon. We were filming an episode about cooking, and they rocked up and said, well, you got the fire going, can we join you? And so they joined us, and we said, look, we don't mind, but we're filming an episode, so you're going to have to be in it. And they were a wealth of knowledge. They'd been on the road, if I remember right, about 8 to 9 years, camping, working on the road and just travelling. And they were just coming back to settle down, I think back in New South Wales. But we just had so much fun with them. They showed us a whole heap of apps on their phone that they used to navigate the skies, airplanes, satellites. So, and it was a great spot for that because we could actually see all the satellites going over that night and the planes because it was close to Melbourne. But we just had a really good time. Also, this same place is where we went camping in our cranky croc tent for the very first time. And guys, one announcement we should make is we're definitely doing more of this next year. So if you do like it, let us know and encourage us to go in the tent again, and maybe we can do a bit of a summer. We did have someone comment and say they want us to do a summer version because it was quite cold when we went.
Mix it up a little bit and having the, we'll do obviously have the van, but we've also got the tent, so do a bit of tent camping as well.
Yeah, so let us know what you think of that. So, and I can't believe we did it in your little Fiat.
Yes.
That Fiat could fit so much in it. It was crazy. But anyway, it was a fun experience, and we really liked that free camping spot. We did a fair bit of camping through New South Wales this year, and on the way back down, we did the East Coast.
We did.
Yeah, so we saw a lot of beach towns that we'd never been before too. Some of them being, what was your favourite?
Gosh, I mean,
Narooma?
You know what, the New South Wales coast is amazing for, if you're an ocean lover, definitely check it out. There was Kiama, Bateman's Bay, there was Narooma, town of Nowra. There was
and we even went through the mountains, and we went to Kangaroo Valley as well. That was awesome.
That's right.
Had so much fun. That was up in the mountains. So one of the coastal towns we stopped off was Narooma, and that what comes to mind straight away was the seals. And we couldn't take Twyla right up to them, but
so we took turns on that day.
We took turns, and we went and saw the seals. They were hanging out in the entrance, swing around. Some of them were just laying there, sunbaking. And the caravan park there that we stayed at was incredible. I'll put it up on the screen now. It was insane, and definitely a great place if you've got kids. You could walk to the beach from our campsite.
And their pool was basically a lagoon pool?
Yeah, like a lagoon pool. And it was like an infinity one too. It went off the edge, the back of the pool. And we just really enjoyed it. But our probably biggest regret, we didn't stay there long enough. We were only there for the one night, and I could have been there for 10. It was so good. On our way back down to Melbourne from our New South Wales getaway, we needed somewhere to stop and revitalise before hitting that Melbourne traffic. And we've done this several times.
A holiday from a holiday.
Holiday from a holiday. We stopped at Prime
Tourist Park.
Yeah, and this place is unbelievable. It is adults only. You have to be 18 to stay there. It is pet friendly. And one really cute thing is they've turned the old kids' playground into a doggy pen. So they can play there. They've got a swimming pool. And the time we went with Laura and Rob, which I think was the year before last, and I think with Lee and Kristen, they had music. So the actual owner herself came out with another guy, and they were singing, playing music.
It's got the live music, yeah.
And it was really just a really nice experience. They make you feel so welcome, and I think that was our third visit back there, and we really enjoy going there.
Yeah, so if you're heading to Lake Centrals, check them out.
Now, you know how Adam and I love a good town. Now, we went to Maryborough this year, and one thing I loved about it, and we've done this in a few different towns, and it's awesome, they've got either free camping right next to the town, or you can do a paid camp where you can walk into the town centre, and that's what you could do there. They had, I think it was the Maryborough Caravan Park, and we walked into town. We checked out their train station. That was huge. It was so big. It was like the biggest train station I think I've ever seen in a small town. Also, we checked out a lot of the old buildings, which were absolutely beautiful. We ate at a few different places, and I even made for the very first time, a lasagna in a slow cooker. Yeah, you heard me right. So if you want to see how I made that, definitely go back to this episode and check it out. Marysville was one magical place. We really enjoyed our time there, didn't we?
We did, and the caravan park was great. It was on the edge of town, so it's just a few moments walking to the main town centre. There was a creek, river actually, that kind of ran through the middle of the caravan park, which was nice. So I could see why it gets popular in summer, because you just literally put your deck chair in the water.
Yeah, they literally had a photo of someone doing that, and it looks so nice. The water is crystal clear. And we got to see the gallery the garden gallery.
Yes, so we saw Bruno's sculpture garden gallery. So it's definitely, it's a bit of a mouthful, but it's a great attraction for the area. The artist, or Bruno, and his partner have spent many years and many hours dedicating themselves to this creative feature of the town. So it's worth the visit.
And they brought that back from after the fires went through there many years ago. Adam and I did visit there. The house had gone, everything was gone, his studio, and they still let us walk through. We donated some money, and then we've come back, and wow, how it's changed.
And the garden is pet friendly too, so you can definitely bring your dog along, obviously on lead. But they're welcome there.
And the only place we drove to, I think, was a lookout. But besides that, we left our van in the park, and we could walk everywhere to do everything and see everything. So we love that in a town.
So gorgeous town. It's basically in a valley. The lookout, when you go there, it actually does look over the valley in the town. So, but that is in one of our episodes as well, so you can check that out through our back catalogue.
There was one other place that we went to, which was Stevenson Falls. They were absolutely stunning, but do know that they're not pet friendly, so we had to take it in turns. Also this year, I took off to Mexico with one of my best friends, Monica. We travelled all around Mexico. Adam and Twyla stayed home, and I explored many of cities and towns. There was so much to see, and I can't wait to show you the rest of the episodes. I've only brought out 3 this year, but I have plenty more where that came from. We saw plenty of pyramids. We tried so many different foods, and saw a lot of different parts of their culture that I can't wait to share with everybody. I saw and did so much, and it was at the end of October, start of November, so they had their traditional Day of the Dead celebrations, also a little bit of Halloween in the mix, so it made for interesting filming, and like I said before, I can't wait to share it all with you. So there's something else to look forward to in the new year on King Dino's Adventures. So that was the year that was. Now let's talk about next year.
Yep, so with next year, we do have recently now introduced Patreon. So if you're a lover of our channel and what we do and seeing what we get up to and towns that we visit and support and what else do we do? Yeah. So you can go on the Patreon site and you can support us through that option if you'd like to as well. So you can check it out. The link to Patreon will be in the below description.
And on there, you'll see behind the scenes photos. Occasionally you'll see some videos, things that you're not going to see on our YouTube channel or our other social medias.
So behind the scenes snippets of what we do, what we get up to.
And we've got some other, now that Twyla's left us, she was meant to be here for this announcement. But anyway, she's gone outside probably to bark at birds.
Yeah. So with the King Dino Adventures family, so with the year ahead, we're having a new addition to the King Dino's family. And
we want you guys from home to guess what it's going to be. Now, is it another puppy? Is it a new van? What else could it be? Oh, a baby. Maybe we're going to have a kid. But you never know. It could be anything. So get down to the bottom. Let us know what you think. Twyla's back now. Let us know what you think it is going to be. It is something pretty exciting, something that we've wanted for quite a while.
It's going to add a new dynamic to what we do, and
Yeah,
to the
definitely
channel.
something different. So,
Yeah.
and just something new for the new year. We wanted something a little bit different. Guys, we hope you've enjoyed this year that was. And definitely get down the bottom. Remember, we want to know what you think this new edition is going to be. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed this roundup of the year, and can't wait. We'll have an episode out coming up this Sunday, as per usual, at 5 p.m. Hope you can join us. And thank you to all our new subscribers and our existing subscribers. You guys are the best.
And if you love watching what we do and you haven't subscribed yet, remember to do so. So the channel subscribing does help the channel grow and help us reach out to a wider audience too.
And we always get back to your comments, so if you want to leave us a comment on any questions, anything about our episodes, we do that also. From our family to your family, a very Merry Christmas.
And a safe, happy new year ahead.
Yeah, just be safe on those travels. The roads can be very dangerous at Christmas, so stay safe, guys.
Check those blind spots.
Yes, check those blind spots. And remember to pull your aerials down when you're leaving your campsite. There you go.
So happy travels, safe travels.
So until next Sunday at 5 p.m, we'll see you then. See you guys.
Bye.